Hello and welcome everybody to another StarCraft 2 cast by Glitch. Today, I'm going to be casting for you another best of 3 from MLG Providence 2011, and my god am I excited to cast games. This whole weekend, I have spent, I don't know, the entire weekend at NASL Grand Finals for Season 2. It was absolutely incredible. If you guys didn't catch those finals yet, go find them somewhere on the internet. Track them down. I don't know where the VODs are, but you need to find them. The final matches were completely epic. I was going nuts in the audience. Such exciting games. So now I am super excited to get back to casting and start to do some good games here. And of course I am excited because I haven't gotten to do many of these MLG games. I'm so excited to do MLG games. So gonna be casting some of the MLG games. Now this is from the winners bracket this is from the the winners part of the open bracket. So and it's not a game, I don't think this was actually cast on any of the streams, or at least not any of the streams that I saw. So I'm gonna be super excited to see what both of these players are. Apparently I'm gonna be super excited for a lot of things today. I'm just gonna introduce these players. Spawning in the bottom left position as the red team, hailing from South Korea and the team Slayers, we have GLiTCHStarCraft. His opponent today spawning in the 9 o'clock position as the blue Protoss. Playing from team It's Gosu Esports, we have GoSuGatored. Now GoSuGatored, for those of you that don't know, I'm getting a little bit of lag issues there. For those of you that don't know, GoSuGatored is a ridiculously good Protoss player that he showed up very, very recently in a couple of tournaments and did ridiculously well. Like, he literally came out of nowhere. No one really knows where he came from, but man, did he take down some wins from some really, really top-level pros. And so a lot of people just don't know that much about him. He's not really that big, but lately he's been taking a lot of big wins off of players in major tournaments. So, gonna be excited to see how he's gonna be playing today. GLiTCHStarCraft is also another player that I haven't actually seen play a lot recently. So I actually don't know what his current play style is like at the moment. I do know that he did come pretty close. He was top 3 in Code S very recently. I think in the October GSL Code S, I think he was top 3. So he's a very, very, very good Terran player. And ooh, the pylon block does go down on that barracks, preventing any additional units from coming out. This is something that Protoss players have been doing lately a little bit. I don't know, it's kind of a weird move to me. To me, it doesn't really prevent a whole lot, doesn't really give you a whole lot of scouting information, but Protoss players have been enjoying doing this a lot lately for some reason. I don't really feel like it's going to delay the add-on very much because they can just lift it off and put it somewhere else, and it's really not going to do a whole lot of delaying. It's literally going to delay an add-on, or I don't know, I guess not a Marine. It'll just delay an add-on there by, like, I don't know, 5 seconds maybe? I mean, which could add up later on, but it's not that big of a deal. To me, it's not worth the trouble of losing the 25 minerals that you lose from canceling that pylon. Now, GLiTCHStarCraft is actually going to be going for a fairly fast expansion here. There is still a probe in the main. GoSuGatored is trying to get as much information as he can from his opponent. Does he yet know? No, he doesn't actually know yet that expansion has gone down yet here for GLiTCHStarCraft, but the probe finally does get taken out. He did manage to scout the gas, so he knows that there's one gas geyser down. Did he actually see that GLiTCHStarCraft has actually stopped mining that gas? I don't think he actually saw that, but he is actually now going to be throwing down an expansion of his own as he now pokes in with this one stalker. Going to be poking in, seeing if that expansion has gone down. He's going to see, he's going to be completely denied from that scouting information, as now GLiTCHStarCraft does have these 4 Marines in a forward position, going to start to focus down that Stalker, and if GoSuGatored is careful, he can micro the Stalker very well against these Marines and do quite a bit of damage, because Stalkers, of course, do move faster than Marines, which allows them to kite them just a little bit, and get quite a few kills there if their micro is good. And looks like GLiTCHStarCraft is actually going to be pushing out quite a bit with these Marines. Wants to keep him off that Xel'Naga watchtower and deny GoSuGatored from as much scouting information as he can. Now, it looks like we did have a 1 gate before expansion. Second Stalker now being chrono boosted out. This is, of course, in response to those Marines moving out. And oh no, the Marines actually pick off that one Stalker. A little bit of miscontrol there by GoSuGatored. And like I said, this one Stalker being chrono boosted out, that is in response to GLiTCHStarCraft, of course, moving out with those with all these Marines. He didn't know whether GLiTCHStarCraft was planning on being a little bit more aggressive, so he had to throw down that gateway and start really chrono boosting out those stalkers so that he can try to deal with those Marines if they did indeed decide to come. GLiTCHStarCraft is now moving out with this one stalker, and ooh, we've actually, oh, it's just a Marine actually scouting around for GLiTCHStarCraft right now. Gonna poke in here and see if this Nexus is down yet. He is, of course, at this point going to be worried about going for any kind of base. He's going to be poking in here, seeing that Nexus is down, and now he's going to be feeling much safer now about just mining a little bit more in his base and getting up a lot more SCVs. Now, we do have a double engineering bay going down here for GLiTCHStarCraft, as well as these 4 barracks. These 4 barracks are now up, and he is producing a lot of Marines out of them. Second gas now going up as well, and holy cow, are we seeing some very fast robotics bay here from GLiTCHStarCraft. We are only at the 7-minute mark, and the robotics bay is already down. One robotics facility is up, and is he actually going to be able to get any units out of there? I don't think he can actually get units out of there. He might have... I can't believe that this was a mistake by GLiTCHStarCraft. This had to have been intentional. Looks like he is poking out right now with a couple of stalkers right now. Gonna see that there is a high Marine count as both these players fighting very much for control of that Xel'Naga watchtower. Xel'Naga watchtowers on this map are absolutely critical to hold, just because when you do have that Xel'Naga watchtower, you basically have entire center control of the map for just controlling that one watchtower. And GLiTCHStarCraft starting to get very aggressive here, but GLiTCHStarCraft has a very high stalker count, and I don't know about this push here by GLiTCHStarCraft. These stalkers can just kite these Marines all day long, and oh, one stalker does go down there for GLiTCHStarCraft, but he's picking off a lot of these Marines. Probes actually being pulled off the line here, and it looks like he is going to be able to clean up all of those Marines. More Marines continuing to stream across the map here for GLiTCHStarCraft, but I don't really think that pressure was all that well warranted there, as the stalker count for GLiTCHStarCraft was just so high, and GLiTCHStarCraft didn't have any stim. Notice he still has no add-ons, just now getting down the tech lab on his units, going for that early aggression, devoting all of his minerals into getting these Marines while he can apply a pressure to his opponent. Then using his gas to get up upgrades, getting up that factory, and as you can see now the tech lab's coming up. I expect that there's going to be a very fast stim coming down here, maybe even a combat shield coming down, just because his Marine count is so very high. But GLiTCHStarCraft is now going to be pushing into the natural expansion of GLiTCHStarCraft here. The 2 bunkers are now down, and that is pretty much going to force a hasty retreat from GLiTCHStarCraft. Both these players continuing to mine quite a bit. GLiTCHStarCraft is currently a little bit up in the harvester count, 46 harvesters to 44, but GLiTCHStarCraft with those mules is going to be doing pretty well in the economy right now, and it looks like, whoa, what's going on? Why do I hear things attacking right now? Yep, there we go. Looks like GLiTCHStarCraft did actually completely wall in that robotics facility, completely trapped it in, and didn't realize it had to destroy, what was that actually? Was that a gateway? No, it was a pylon. That's what it was. It was a second pylon. Yeah, there we go. Another pylon that did go down there. And so GLiTCHStarCraft actually did need to destroy that to get that Colossus out. So a little bit of a mistake there by GLiTCHStarCraft. We do see extended thermal lance is now on the way. Lots more gateways being thrown down. So it looks like a gateway Colossus mixture is going to be the name of the game here for GLiTCHStarCraft. In the meantime, ooh, really high chrono boost right now for GLiTCHStarCraft. If that's intentional, it could be that he's saving that up for in case he needs to warp in lots and lots of units, because of course these days we're starting to see Protoss players play a lot more like Zerg players. More recently, we've been seeing this kind of surge of Protoss players that like to kind of spend a lot of their resources in getting up a lot of probes, get up lots and lots of workers, get up expansions, and then use their resources to get in lots and lots of warp gates so that they have a very high warp gate count, and then wait until their opponents, they see a push coming, and then as soon as they see a push coming, they have a lot of warp gates. They can warp in 2 rounds of units and get a lot of supply very quickly, and then chrono boost them out to instantly get another set of warp-ins before the opponent gets to their front door. This allows them to be very flexible, allows them to get up a lot of workers, and it really allows them to push it quite a little bit in terms of their army supply. They want to, as long as possible, kind of hold back as much as possible, hold back, getting workers, economy, and then all of a sudden, once they see that push coming, all right, now I know what's coming, so I'm going to start to get up lots and lots of units. Ooh, 2 Colossi are now out, though, and GLiTCHStarCraft's moving in, and all the Marines now trapped in the gold expansion right now. 2 2 medevacs are going to be picking up some of the units, but the rest of the Marines are just going to be taken down for free, and GoSuGatored taking a huge lead in the food supply right now. 113 food to the 100 of GLiTCHStarCraft right now. More units are continuing to be warped in. There is a forward pylon here, and a third Colossus now just reaching here for the fight, and GoSuGatored actually getting up into the main base, and there's not a whole lot that GLiTCHStarCraft has to be able to do with this right now. If we check out the units tab right now, there's just not a whole lot on the field for GLiTCHStarCraft. GLiTCHStarCraft only has 8 Marines, 7 Marauders currently out on the field, as well as a couple of Vikings and a couple of medevacs, but man, look at the unit count for GoSuGatored right now. This was such a huge timing attack here for GoSuGatored. Waited for those 3 Colossi, went for a big attack, and now he's just doing so much damage. Force fields going down, blocking off some of those SCVs, taking a lot of those SCVs down, and what a beautiful attack here. Wow, those Vikings doing a lot of damage. GoSuGatored didn't quite realize that they were there dealing damage. More Zealots continuing to be warped in, streaming across the map. There is one SCV here in the main, but that is not going to be able to do very much for GLiTCHStarCraft, and GLiTCHStarCraft is going to GG out of game 1, meaning GoSuGatored has just taken a win off of the one of the top 3 GSL Code S finalists. Will he be able to do it in game 2? Stick around and find out. Game 2 of GoSuGatored versus GLiTCHStarCraft from MLG Providence 2011 coming up in just a moment.